Hello, everyone. I don't really understand why, but for some reason, like today when I started streaming, my stream is automatically, um, I don't have to click anything. Whereas like yesterday, I didn't show up on the top for like an hour till I manually press the button in my profile. I wonder if it's like a holdover from yesterday because I pressed the button within like 24 hours ago. Don't press the button, but anyway, I'm hot. I'm live. We've got a challenge here from Sun Prism. I'm not warmed up. Um, so I was expecting it to be really dead when I arrived, but Sun Prism has arrived early. Um, so I'm willing to play 5 plus X Blitz, uh, casual, or I'll do like whatever. I'm not gonna be so strict about it. I can play arena. I can do puzzles. Good morning, man. People. I've got orange on today. Orange is my natural color. The orange man. But yeah. All right. Let's just play. I'm not warmed up, but that's fine. This is just for fun. Okay. I don't know what to play. 5 plus 5. This is the maximum. The minimum is 5 plus 1. If you'd like to play. Yeah. Yeah. This is fine. I don't normally play CD, but I had this one game with Vendoka. Is that how you say his name? I don't know. I had a good opening against him and I fucked it up. As usual. Things that seem like last year are like 5 years ago. Mirror objects in the mirrors. Objects in the mirror are farther away than they seem. It's like time is really fucked up since COVID. I guess it's also they say you're getting older. It seems like time goes faster, but it's crazy. Like really, like literally things that they were like a year ago or 5 years ago. I started streaming on Twitch, and I started streaming on Twitch and at Leechess like 10 years ago. It's gonna be 10 years ago. I mean, at some point in 2016, maybe in like May. I don't remember. I mean, it's crazy. It's insane. So D4, I'm out of book, but I think I'm obligated to take this. I guess you could play Queen E2 there. Then Black has 95. No, doesn't look right. This looks like some kind of pop G thing. He was playing lines like this. You're allowing Queen E2 check, Bishop E6. I don't know the theory at all here. I looked at it 5 years ago, as I'm saying, but I don't know. If you take on G7, Black takes on D2. Queen E2 checks met by Bishop E6, which doesn't seem like a problem for Black. But I could play Queen B5 check, that just leaves me behind in development. I just remember like Pop G having some game where he played the end game, or end games like pawn takes C3, queen takes F6. I mean, he's a very good blitz player. Not so much in tournaments. I think he must have ADD. Like a lot of people. Very common these days. Pawn takes G7. That's also possible. Whatever, man. I'm not in the mood. I'm not in the mood. Nettie, you're in big trouble, okay? Like, seriously, you've done this before. You dropped out of the game. You just left the game in the simul. What's that, dude? You can't do that. You can't do that. It's not allowed. It's not allowed. You can't start the simul and then leave after 5 moves. Why not B takes C3? Dude, ask a more complicated question. Because I chose to play the other way. I don't know. God, Zen Chess, I was thinking about you the other day. Since I have no viewers, I started thinking about, like, should I start, like, sending people messages to ask them to come back to the stream who used to watch? Okay, first of all, I think that Twitch has died a little bit, and it's no out, like partly due to Amazon, like changing stuff. Smaller streamers are way down compared to like these like corporate streamers. Um, my viewership is way down, and of course, like the financial side of making money is way down. I never made a lot, but I now make almost nothing from streaming. But in the process of thinking about streaming and stuff, I was thinking, oh, where's Zen Chess? Or people like you who haven't been on my stream in a long time. Maybe switch to YouTube. I mean, YouTube is even. I don't know. Yeah, I have to think about it. I do broadcast the stream on YouTube, but I don't have it set up properly, so I don't really make any money. Barely any chess. Okay, that's why you're not here. Well, I mean, Zen Chess used to be like 8 years old when he started watching my stream, but now he's like 40. I've been streaming that long. No, but I mean seriously, like streaming is changing a little bit. The small streamers are across the board way down. It's not just me. The average streamer on Twitch has like 5 viewers, I read somewhere. Okay, these are like just random people chatting and shit, but still. What else? But anyway, I hope that we can still... I mean, do I have to quit streaming? It's a thought, I mean, I'm thinking about it. It's so unprofitable at this point. But anyway, I didn't want to, like, talk about this. I just... Glad to see you guys. NetEye, yeah, you can't drop out of Simuls, dude. You just explained yourself. Last time, my Wi-Fi just didn't work anymore. Okay, that's acceptable. It's just that you've done it before, so... Alright. Sun Prism is like the solidest player ever. Even when he's lost, he's solid. I got nothing here. Man, this is like... Wade has like 1/100th of a pawn advantage. Do I even have that? I have the move, it's my turn. I mean, that's important, right? The problem with this whole structure. This game makes me want to quit chess. If I didn't already want to quit. He played something I don't know, What the fuck is d4? The fuck am I supposed to do after d4? That's not the main line. You're not supposed to play that. I have to take on f6, and then what do I do? I mean, queen e2 checks nothing. Taking on g7 is nothing. I don't understand this line. Someone said b takes c, but that's okay. It's just another structure. It's not better or worse than this. Yeah. Yeah, this is boring. This is boring. I mean, it's just, why do I even play chess? Content preferences? Well, I mean, people started getting into, watching short videos on their phone and TikTok and stuff. Exactly. I agree with you. I think it's like a general trend, They don't sit around watching long streams. They like to watch little videos on the phone. Boom, 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 and stuff. Not the same, it's a totally different thing. It's just sort of like when my daughter watches these TikTok videos and shit. I'm like, dude, what are you doing? You're just like destroying yourself. She watches TikTok videos of these really stupid Hungarian people mispronouncing like words in English, and I'm like, dude, this is just awful. Why are you watching this? Yeah, I don't have TikTok and I never will. But anyway, I want to keep streaming. I don't know if I can because the ecosystem is so lame now. Okay, Amazon owning Twitch didn't help. I mean, it's gotten worse since Amazon took over, but I have two like kids that are 15 and 17. How old is your daughter? None of that now. Alright, Zen Chess. The real trick is you need to make a new account, use a voice changer, and animate avatar. Well, I mean, the only people left streaming on Lee Chess are like girl streamers. If you notice, like at least during my, nobody's streaming anymore. I mean, it's pretty much shot. Okay, Lee Chess is gotten worse. I mean, nobody's streaming here, of course. I would never play on chess.com. It's just game over. I can't. Even if they offer me a contract and pay me like $2,000 a month, I wouldn't. I can't. I just hate that site so much. It's just gross. I hate that they have a monopoly on online chess. It's just disgusting. But I'm not going to vent about this. I can't even put my pieces anywhere, dude. I can't even make a move without dropping something. This is unbelievable. Can we just end the game somehow? You totally removed any tactics from the position at all. Does my bishop get trapped if I play bishop h6? Probably like g5. This is insane. I almost can't move anything. If I play g4, he plays queen e4. It's just absurd. I'm frozen. I can't move. I'm in Zugzwang. I guess I can't even move my pieces. This is really weird, man. Seriously, this is extremely weird. I don't think I have any moves that I can make. Isn't that kind of strange at this stage? The chess guy, dude, I haven't seen him streaming. Okay, I'm not on that much. Whatever. What's up, guys, anyway? A new anime avatar. Voice changer. Well, I mean, you know, all that aside, the bottom line is that black is a perfect player. $20.73 now. I just want this game to be over. It's like the most boring game I ever played. He's better here. He has knight a5 probably. Bro. This game makes me want to quit chess. Why is knight a5 no good? Because I take your a7 pawn. I almost played bishop h6 and like get my bishop trapped by g5. That doesn't work. Wow. So I could have played bishop h6. Okay. This is disgusting, dude. This is absolutely disgusting. You challenged me to a chess game and then played this. Holy shit, bro. So, d4. Mendonça? I don't know how you say it. He played knight e4 against me, not d4. I looked at this 5 years ago. I played the floor mechanics variation for a draw, dude. You know. So I have to take. They have to take. And then what do I do? You know, it was like, what did Pop G do here? Is it like queen e2 check or something? I know that. Queen e2 check and then take on c3. Maybe that was the point. But it's still extremely dry. Queen b5 check. Not playing that. Knight f3. Wow. This is just disgusting. I'm sorry I played this game. Dude, it's disgusting. It makes you not want to play chess anymore. Someone suggested B take C, and I guess you're right, you know. Well, anything's better than what happened. Structurally, B takes C is riskier, but it also creates some imbalance in the position. This has only been played 3 times. Queen takes F6. Then what do? Knight F3. Of course, they can play queen check. There's one game from 1995. Bishop D6, obviously. D4. Castles. It's a Petrov. I mean, this is just a Petrov. Just a standard sort of Petrov. Anyway, I'm sorry I played the English. Anonymous player and NetEye. You guys don't have to challenge to 5+5 necessarily. No, I mean, they're both playable. Anonymous player. I don't know. It's more interesting. True. Chess is solved. I know what I was thinking playing C4 on the first move. That's disgusting, huh? Well, nice to see some people here that I haven't seen in a while. My stream has been really very, very, very dead. I'm only streaming like 4 days a week, and I should get more serious about it if I want to do it. What's up? So, I thought I have like COVID or something, but not real bad version of it. But I have these weird symptoms, so I've been a little bit under the weather this week. But I also have a game on Sunday. I'm gonna play. It looks like someone under 2200. Because I'm not gonna do it again, but I play on a shitty board. They put me on a shitty board. Probably because at the beginning of the season, I mean, I know that my team organizer, I openly told him that I hate playing chess in the morning. You know, so you do that, and then you say you want to play on their team. I guess, you know, in retrospect, it's probably not a stupid idea to put me on board 6. But I hate it because I hate playing weaker players, and I'm not getting to play any good players. So, but I guess anything is better than not at all. Plus I get white. I probably get white. I haven't had a confirmation yet. Actually, it's a little weird that they haven't sent out some kind of confirmation. It's really, really ridiculous because I'm like the best player on both teams, and I'm playing like board 6. But there's these two, on the other team there's like 2 older players. Older than me, which is basically ancient. Okay, one of them is around my age. He's an FM. But it's embarrassing when you're like the best player in the 2 teams out of 24 players and you're playing board 6. Whatever. It's like I had some kind of stroke or brain damage or something. But they just want to put the kids ahead of me so that the younger players can have a chance to play strong players. Sorry, that's not my priority. Anyway, that's what's going on with me. I've got a game on Sunday against a weaker player. A must win scenario will be in effect. Which is very awkward. It's like, you know, you're playing this sort of odd situation. You know, like draw odds. If you draw, they win. If you win, you win. If you lose, they win. You know, so it's kind of like, it's like that. You only win if you win. A draw is a total loss. It's almost a total loss. I lose like 3 or 4 ELO points if I draw. Probably a 2100. Last match I managed to win. It wasn't easy against a similar player, but it's better with white. With black, I had serious problems now in a couple games. The other thing is I hate wasting my whole weekend to play a 2100. I can't, like, have any fun this weekend. I can't go out. So I have to be rested for Sunday morning. Then spend 5 hours playing a 2100 for a team that sucks. Oh well. There goes my weekend. And then I'm here to play the Simul, which is much more fun with you guys on Sunday. The good thing is, and the other thing is that my team is so far away from where I live that it's not even considered Budapest. I have like a Budapest transportation pass or tickets, and the team is so far outside of the city that it's not even considered Budapest. I have to buy like a national train ticket to get there. What was I thinking playing for this team? My last team was horrible. I mean, like, in terms of organization and pissing me off, but this team is even worse. Okay. So, anonymous player with a very unconventional King's Indian. Very unconventional King's Indian. I mean, a Fianchetto Queen in the King's Indian. This is outrageous. What am I going to do? You have F5. Of course. But this is a very strange situation. Knight A5 is a move I just realized. Thanks to that queen on B7. Anyway, I haven't played a tournament game since before December. It's crazy. Since November. He didn't play F5. Black's position is kind of awful. Yeah, but so what, right? I don't know. I just keep thinking about this and this. And then good things can happen, right? Sometimes bad things happen to good people. So we have 12 viewers. That's an all-time record. Fridays sometimes can be good, can be surprising. You know, we can have maybe some gift subs. Why does... Yeah, Streamlabs is talking about YouTube and Twitch combined when it shows viewer count. I don't know. Alright. I don't remember the exact move order in the opening. Okay, what happened? So you played knight c6, I castled. And then you played e5. See, e5 is uncommon. It's uncommon. There was a game I had back in like 1991 where someone did that. But it's not considered to be the way to play the Pano. Usually you do these hyper-modern moves like rook b8 and rook e8 and bishop d7. This is really bizarre. Black is lost here. Anonymous player is rusty or something, where they let their little cousin play. Not the anonymous player I remember playing this game. Mad NPC. Wow, we have a short stream as usual on Fridays. I only have about an hour and a half here. Yeah, I was thinking you would sack the exchange. I thought you would wait until pawn takes pawn, but I just realized that if you take first and I play... Wait, if you take back... What was I thinking again? So what happens if you take back? I play d6, working your pieces. Okay, and I'm threatening pawn takes c7. You had to do it this way. I can still play pawn takes, no, because then you have knight takes c6. So you had to sack the exchange. That was forced. That was a good move. If it's forced, is it a good move? Just a question. It's a philosophical question. If you find the only move, is that a good move? Or is it just a move? Can a move really be good if it's the only good move? I'm beginning to wonder. There's nothing special about that, right? You found the only move that is not terrible. Good. Good for you. So anyway, Anonymous is totally out of practice. It's very obvious to me. I'm not even awake, and I'm crushing him. But anyways, oh, tonight is like a streamer arena, right? Streamer arena. That's just for like Russian streamers. The streamer arenas and team tournaments and stuff like that were kind of cool during the COVID. All right, now it's just like bad things keep happening to you. Bad things keep happening. Yeah, Zhigalko. Those people, like, all the Russian streamers are into that. I guess it's a communal thing. They really love that stuff. So now, Zhigalko is Belarusian, right? Same thing. Welcome in Hungary. We're big friends. Nefedov keeps complaining, you know, during my evening streams about me talking about politics. But dude, like, sports, if chess is a sport, sports people are supposed to ignore politics. Like, I don't subscribe to that. The arts and sports. It's chess, and chess is not just a normal sport. Like, play the sport, man. Chess is a combination of art and sport, which makes it even more, probably more important that chess players are political. People pay to have their insults read out on the stream. Their insults? Like what? This is interesting. I'm curious now. Their insults of him? Or insults, just random insults, or what? It's hard for sports people. I mean, yeah, Sabalenka, right. And tennis is like basketball players and stuff like that. But I think with chess, it's even more important that we are political, because of the art side of chess. Artists are definitely, you know, it's like important. Art is oftentimes a protest. Look at Banksy, or Banksy, you might say. In Hungarian, he would be Banksy. Let's play f5. So Nefedov doesn't get the art form. I'm not trying to like talk trash about Nefedov. I'm just bringing it up because he has his viewpoint. I disagree. You know, I think it's very important that chess is political. Magnus, not so much. Gary, yes. Bishop 65. You're threatening me. So anonymous player coming to life now that there's no time left. Neiman. Computers don't really count, you know, for politics. I don't know, maybe Hans is like AI. I don't know if he counts. Is my queen trapped? That would be pretty wild. You almost trapped my queen. So, anonymous player, is that your thing? Like, you only care about games when it's like a bullet scenario or something? It seemed like the whole game you were just like not even interested until now. The impression that I'm getting. It's unbelievable. He's suddenly interested in the game when he's like low on time. Who does that remind me of? Again, Repunch Bonsal. Repunch Bonsal would never have this kind of score. My queen is literally trapped in the corner. That sucks. I just find it interesting that he's so much more focused and cares so much more when the time gets low. It seems like he totally didn't care about the position at all until he was under 30 seconds. And now it's like, yeah, I really care. Alright. Yeah, I mean, you started to have some serious counterplay there. Like, my queen is literally out of play. That's shocking. You only made 1-1 blunder and 2 inaccuracies. But it's scary because if your queen... I was afraid your queen is getting in here. You played king g7, but why? You know, don't you have queen d4? I was terrified of queen d4. I thought you, like, legit have some stuff now. Maybe it's just optical, but come on, look at the e5 square. Maybe there's a point here? No, I don't see the point. I have no way to get myself out. I guess queen b7. This annoying queen e5 check. How did you not play queen d4? This looks scary. A lot of people would lose this position with white. Queen d4 has to be your best try. Weird game. But I mean, you know, if you go to the opening, what's up with e5? 2K people have played that, but you know, by the way, I guess I always play d5, but I wonder if white has a very serious alternative to e5 d5. I don't remember what Roman used to do when he would play blitz. I can't imagine Roman going e5, d5. He probably would play pawn takes pawn. White has alternatives to closing the position. Walter Goodman. No games. I don't feel like I played that well. I'm not even awake, you know. You just played a bad opening. Goodman. There was some David Goodman. I feel like Jess Goodman. There were some American chess players. David Goodman's the actor, right? So, yeah, Jess Goodman. There was an American NM named that. Alright. So, knight f3. G6 is a lovely move. Speaking of lovely, I don't feel awake, and when I'm not awake, I can't calculate. Man, NPC, I declined your challenge. What do you mean I declined your challenge? Oh, you have a new account? How do I know that? If you said it in the chat or something I wasn't reading. If that's you, then re-challenge me. But you know, I didn't notice. I mean, I don't know if you have a new account name. I'm gonna take that as a yes, but I can't catch all the chat because I'm trying to not hang pieces. So D4, I guess we'll have to play like an IQP or something. I guess another possibility would be like capturing on C6. How good is the move H3 for me, by the way? Okay, take, D5, E5, knight E4. You're a tempo down. If you play D5, you play D6 already. How is that good, you know? You're Walter Goodman. Well, how did I know that? How would I know that? Did you tell it on the chat? I can't just know that. Now there I could play other moves. My bishop is so active on F1. Alright, Walter Goodman, feel free to re-challenge me. Last Friday I didn't stream. I guess I'd already started to not feel that good. So whatever this thing I have is, which is very mild like COVID, come to think of it, it already started to play a factor probably Friday. I was extremely tired. So it's been about a week of not being really sick enough to know that I'm sick, but feeling like something wasn't right. Here we go again. Same thing. It's the same thing as last game. Should I take or play D5? You're bad? You didn't tell me you were Walter Goodman. David Goodman is the actor from Roseanne, right? So, what else was he in? Anything? Movies? Typical jovial, fat American guy. Basically the same as last game. I'm playing the same player. Although I like this better than the queenside fianchetto with queen on b7. Anonymous, that's just... What are you doing? Online chess players with crazy stuff, you know. Did you guys see the blog where the guy attacks, shreds the Encyclopedia of Chess Openings? Some moron wrote a blog about how much he dislikes the Encyclopedia of Chess Openings. Dude, it's 2026. Who uses Encyclopedia of Chess Openings? I threw mine away, you know. What the hell are you talking about? Yeah, it was a great thing. We used to carry them to tournaments in 1987. And the Indian players were still carrying them to tournaments in 1997. But why are you writing a blog about it in 2026? It's extremely strange. Calculators are stupid. Yeah, H3 is useful here. Chess, like Lee Chess needs to revamp the site in regards to blogs, the communication system, chat, messaging, any kind of social communication side of it. I don't want to see blogs about trashing the Encyclopedia of Chess Openings. Yeah, there he is. WJ Loof, what's up? Another thing we should do is revamp our use of Discord. But are people still... Is Discord still as popular as it was? I mean... I should probably install Discord on my main machine. I don't have it installed. Here. Because I know WJ Loof was using it. Acerbate's not here. He uses it. That's a better way for us to communicate. Fia Keto the Queen. Isn't it weird how similar this is? It's like Nettie is trying to replicate the exact same thing we had last game for Black. It is gotten to the point where it looks like he's doing it on purpose. What was his point exactly? Yeah, it's disorganized or some shit, you know. The code system is doesn't make sense. Of course, if you try to reverse engineer the Encyclopedia of Chess Openings, it doesn't fucking make sense, dude. But it was designed in like 1975 or something. So, what's your point? You know what I mean? You're pointing out that the Encyclopedia of Chess Openings opening code system doesn't make sense in 2026. That's like fucking stating the obvious. Humpy Konaru quote, I learned things about making decisions in the real world from chess. Something like I'm paraphrasing. It's like, dude, why do we put in quotes about people stating the obvious? Revise the quote system on Lichess. Make a blog about how bad the Lichess quotes are. How about that? All right, now we have some issues. What's our issues? Trading queens. F5's coming, and I panicked a little bit because he's ahead on time. You still check on Discord? I know. I log into Discord every week, but I don't know what to do with it. Okay, this week has been really bad for me because I have COVID or some kind of thing, and I just had no energy. But mostly I'm just depressed all the time and not motivated to engage in like new stuff. This has been my problem for like a while now. I just doom scroll the news and get more and more depressed. What are we doing here? Trading queens objectively, well, probably not my best option. I wanted to avert any sort of F4 disasters. Humans are growing dumber by the day. Oh. Americans especially. So this is an interesting decision. He's creating this pathway. He has a way to activate. Oh, that's not the right idea. You were not supposed to do that. Bishop f5 was not really the plan, so to speak. That's your good bishop. But he's super quick. 1500. Sorry to hear I'm not doing well. Well, just you know. Yeah, I mean, general depression, I would call it. But it's a combination of factors. You know, the weather here is awful. I hate the cold, and it's been the coldest winter for the longest time here. Just don't want to leave the house. Political situation. getting old. But I can't complain, as Asterbait would say. I can't complain. Can't complain. He loves to say that. $1,500. I get moments of excitement and motivation, and then it quickly fades. But this week has been bad because whenever I would feel a little bit optimistic and motivated, then I'd get like tired because of the COVID or whatever it is. I'll play like a couple chess games, feel like doing something, and then I don't want to do anything anymore. One thing I was thinking was, I've been streaming for almost 10 years this year. I used to joke about being 39 when I first started streaming. I wasn't really 39, but the fact that that was my joke was like, oh shit. That eye is in this. Bullet chess is it's just gross. It's destroying people. Bullet chess destroys people's lives. Nice try there. I mean, you did better than Anonymous. You didn't let your position get completely ridiculous. And you battled back similarly to him. Okay, you hung a rook at the end, but it was a good effort by Black. We're all 39 in the Sagiverse. Yeah, it's pretty funny when it seems like just yesterday you were joking about being 39, and now you're joking about being 49, you know? It's fucked up. I want to stream more, but I've been so tired, you know? And I was like thinking I had allergies or something, but this has got to be some kind of mild virus. So I can't party because I have to play chess on Sunday. I can't go to play poker. The whole weekend is shot. I work like 30 hours a week on chess, and then I work like 10 to 15 hours playing poker. But I can't do the poker this week because I have to wake up at fucking 8 a.m. on Sunday morning. Wake up at 8 a.m. to get to the chess match at 9 something. And it's supposed to be in Budapest, but it's so far outside of the city that I have to take a train that's considered like a regional train. It's just a nightmare. It takes me like the better part of an hour to get to a Budapest chess team match. I live in Hungary. Orban is prime minister. I'm a U.S. citizen, and Trump is the president of the United States. That's enough to be depressed about, right? I was just joking about it. It's horrible. Political things are horrible. Economic things are horrible. So this is an everything burger. Arsenal fan was famous for doing that. Oh yeah, you did this before. You did this before. You took on C6 before. Oh, sorry, NPC, I should take your challenge first. I didn't see it in there. I'll get to you in a minute. 94. 94, 94. D4 doesn't work. 94, 94, bishop g5. This never works. This stuff never works. Giachi is just destroyed by bullet chess. You go on Lichess and you check. Look at his ratings, 2100 in Bullet. Bullet is okay. A lot of people are like, it's inflated ratings, but maybe that's part of what fuels it. They like the fact that the rating is higher. There are people who are 1800 FIDE and they're like 2700 in Bullet. I'm not going to mention any names. That's not uncommon. You watch the Bullet players playing on the top game on Lichess, and it's like 2280 FIDE, 3200 Bullet. So I guess it boosts their ego to have a rating that says like 3200. But then you like realize that they have ADD and they can't play tournament chess. That's the chess culture we live in here online. I try to fight against it, but they don't listen. The peoples, they don't listen. I had some games with Larry Christensen years ago in the Sozin where he would play A4, but usually the queen is like on E2. It seems like White's only purpose in life is moving fast. And I just don't understand, you know. I don't understand why you want to play on my stream. You feel like you have a chance against me because I'm so slow? People just don't listen. Why don't you listen? H4, H5. You know what's weird? He went to D3 rather than A2, having played A4 of all things. Maybe I'm getting mated here. This is a weird combination of factors with that. Bishop on D3 that I didn't consider. Bishop H6, pawn H6, queen H6, knight H7, E5. Now I do have a move there. Well, I have a couple of moves. E5, F5. That looks really dangerous. I probably can't take the pawn. I can't take the bishop on H6. I can, but it's dangerous. E5 first. Takes E5. Well, alright. I'm gonna have to do that variation. There's another weird move. E5, knight G5. Unbelievable. Rook H3 is just terrible. He's like gotta play E5 right away. It's a hugely better move. Hugely better. Dude. Bishop G5. Rook G3, excuse me. Queen C5. e5, d5. It's not good enough. Is it? d5. d5 is probably not really helping me that much here. He may be hurting. King h8, e5. Alright, this is the most interesting. Well, I mean, when you use no time for your moves, you're likely to make a mistake. He doesn't listen. It's another question I have is this his original account? Or does he have another account? I'm paranoid everyone has Smurfs. Oh no, Rook g3 check. Dude, that's insane. Rook g3 check. Just kidding. There. Oh my god, that's so sick. That's check. e5's check. Check. I could blunder mate in one. Or not blunder mate in one. Which is better? I wish I could stay and do this all day, but I have to go in an hour. If he plays e5 right away, I'm shitting my pants, right? Then I have to play f5 anyway, and it seems like it's a much better version for white. Now we have all sorts of possibilities. King h8. Alright. No, I need to decide now what the fuck I'm doing. I suppose he has compensation for a piece. No, it's I mean, he only has 2 pawns. Maybe not. 2 pawns for a piece isn't really enough, especially when you gave up your best piece, the dark square bishop. This is a really weird move. So I keep my pawn structure intact here. No comment. I should take the pawn on h5. Grinding to GM. Grinding GMs. No. Oh no. Here's the problem. It's a very deep problem. Increment. I want to introduce you to the concept of increment because maybe he's not familiar with increment. I don't think this player is really into increment play. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. So that's what happens when you don't play increment and you try to like enforce your sudden death style on an increment player. You can't. See, that's why I'm playing with increment. This is literally why. Because it makes you play actual chess at some point. You have to play chess. You can't play your clock game. No, you can't go over there. Check this out. You're dead. You're totally dead. You have no chance to win the game. Look, you can't do anything. You're paralyzed. You're losing all of your pawns. Wow, what a game. Was I lost? Was I lost? You guys think I was lost? They're just unclear. It felt lost after e5, but I might have had some resource. I don't know. Well, that's the closest anyone came to beating me today. He missed the queen check. Oh my god. Tried to use time. I get it. I get it. Tried being the operative word. Alright, this is taking too long to analyze the game. I've got Walter Goodman, grinding GM. Very similar ratings to our last opponent. Is it just me or has Bullet really gotten inflated lately? It seems like it, right? Because there's people with 3,400 and crazy ratings like that. Like every random 2,200 is like 3,200, 3,400. We should just ignore Bullet ratings. I felt like they used to be more in line with other ratings, but not anymore. It's gotten out of control. Bullet needs to be deflated. Out of generosity. Why doesn't this like analysis finish? What is wrong with my computer? What do you mean request of computer analysis? I just did. I guess I need to check my machine. Okay, I've got Steam on. Microsoft Teams is on. These apps I don't normally have running when I normally play and stuff. I was worse at some point. But was I lost earlier? Yes, I was lost. Okay. So the bishop takes h6 wins. Man, Man, but it's taking forever to analyze this game. Why is it taking so long? This is retarded. I just want to see. Bishop h6 doesn't win, but queen takes c5 was a blunder. No, I take it back. Knight h7 was a blunder. Interesting. Well, if I don't have knight h7, I looked at e5. That looked bad too. I have to play queen c5 right away, of course. Duh. Queen c5 right away, so he can't play e5 because it's check. It makes complete sense now. I mean, you know, you could have like some kind of weird like Tal like piece sacrifice like knight d5 or something, but it's not enough. I just go here. That's mate in one. So knight d5. Let's see. Is there anything? Wow, this is funny. After queen c5, his best move is e5 anyway. Second pawn with check. Takes knight on d to e2. Rook f c8 and black is better. Wow. Yeah. So bishop takes h6 was sound. I have to take it. He takes, and I have to play queen c5. So after this, I'm lost because of e5, as I pointed out. But also, your move wins. But I had no idea. You know, I mean, I saw f4, obviously, but I didn't think I was toast. That's sick. I have another question, though. Can I play f5? Or can I play, like, king h8? So the point is in e5, f5. That's still winning for you. Wow. Wow. Walter Goodman. 5+1. I mean, what did black do wrong? Well, playing h6 is always controversial in such positions. Now, when I play h6, I'm taking some risk there. I would normally try to avoid doing that. But you know, he's playing a very strange game. I also didn't see he would go back to d3. I have to be extra careful when he does that. So, we're all prepared here for this now. That's a nice. Oh, I had this game in a rapid tournament here with this old man. He's a good player. He's like 80 something. Stoico. I forget his first name. Hungarian from Ukraine. He played really great and then blew it at the end. So I think I played b5. c5 is also interesting. Is it? No, not in this position. I mean b5, e5, b5, e5. Still fine. I think that was the game. I also have games with Mr. Slow. In this. Here's c5 maybe. I can't do anything fancy. It reminds me of the Marin. Oh no! This is all an opening that I created completely on my own. Now, the Kraken, we need to work on it more. But it has a lot of interesting. It has a lot of interesting facets. It's as good as the check defense, but better. If the check defense can be justified, you know, Pierce with c6. If that's justified, then the Kraken is even better. and deserves to be recognized as a real opening. And, you know, I very clearly have established a claim on this. This is my opening. Although it's been played by some other strong players, they never Merva, Sebe, and others, they never really wrote about it or talked about it or treated it as such. For Sebe, it's just another kind of minor Pierce. I haven't been playing it much lately, but I'm really still into it. Black is fine after c4. Can you play me next game? You can play me, but you have to challenge me in order to play me. Did you challenge me already? Grind to GM 123. I can't play you if you're not challenging me. Maybe you challenge me and then drop the challenge, but you have to leave it out there. It's like fishing. Leave your leave your fishing pole in the water and I'll bite. Stoico played differently against me. No, I think I played... I'm thinking I played like b4 against him or something. Maybe. b4 is probably a mistake. The game went differently though. I'm not sure I've ever had this exact position. This is fine for black. I've had this in Blitz, but we're already fine. I've had a lot of similar positions. Now once the queens come off, black is out of danger. The question is how to react. Usually knight d7. I don't think the white's position is that bad, to be honest. This particular exact position might be kind of holdable for white. I don't know about a4. That's a dangerous thing to do, isn't it? Maybe you're pushing a little too much there. I'm not sure that's really justified. Natural move, but I don't know. You have other business you should be attending to. Other businesses. Again, if you challenge me, I can play you, but, you know, you're going to have to send me a challenge. I had a challenge, it disappeared. Don't close the tab. And guys, I have to go in like 40 minutes. So, however many games I can play in 40 minutes. I got a challenge from unknown player. Unknown entity is the word I was trying to think of. Can I go to the bathroom? Man, Walter Goodman really using up the time here. So here's an interesting question. Grinding GM, there you are. Oh, right, okay. So, I can't stop 96 check, but I can do the next best thing, which is get my freaking shit on the diagonal. Freaking shit. Knight c5 is the other possibility. Takes, knight d7. Yeah, okay, I don't know. I just work here. Do you work here? Did you hate that when that happens? You're like in a store. Christmas time. I was somewhere. I think in a shopping mall. In like Prague or something. And someone thinks that you like work there. Wow, you retreated your knight back to g3. How is that justified? How the heck can you justify retreating your knight back to g3 in this position? Like time isn't important or something? It's not an open position. It's a very closed position. Time doesn't matter at all here. he retreated his knight back to g3. I thought you had to play knight d6 check. Coming back anytime soon? Oh no. I have a wooden shield, right? What is he doing? Oh, that's so you can play knight at knight e4 again. That's neat. Oh no, maybe the other way. Oh my god. The heck am I doing? Now you're back again? My pawn is hanging. So what? I need to defend it. I'm defended by you. Well, that's a really random move that I didn't expect. He wants another knight back to e4. I keep playing for this cheapo, you know. Obsessed with playing for cheapos. And g5 is a good piece, though. What? Wow. Okay, I have to wake up. You're really pissing me off now. I was having too much fun with this game. Did you take something? The rook just appeared on c7. I was like, all right. I was following that, trying to play for that cheapo that you were very aware of, you know. If you're going to play for a cheapo, make it one that like your opponent isn't ostensibly extremely aware of. He did everything to prevent that h4 knight g3 mate, because most players, weak players, don't see that, and you're just like having fun. You're just having fun like trolling them with knight g3 hg mate, and he wouldn't allow it, you know. So I ruined my whole position trying to play for this cheapo. I was clearly better, but never winning for sure. But at some point you took over the advantage. Okay, we were low on time. But b5 inaccuracy, sure. Johnny Hector, 0 points. So bishop d3, and then I just don't remember. Stoico Shandor, yeah. I think against Stoico Shandor I played bishop b7, and then he played e5. Something like that happened. I don't remember. Alright, grinding GM. Crying orange. Always fun to play the Kraken. My go-to blitz weapon. It's really designed for blitz and rapid. Though I've played it in tournament already. Once against an FM. Let's see, who have I played against? I played against an FM, Moroshi Levante. I played against GMs already. I lost a couple games. Well, at least one. What is this, a Vienna variation? Proper Vienna variation move order. Yeah, I don't get this bishop b4 move. You know, it's not a Rogozin, or is it? You know, is it a Rogozin if white hasn't played knight f3? I don't understand. It's a Vienna. It's something separate. I can't take on f6 now. You have another knight there. Actually, I could take an f6. Huh. You can't take with a knight because I have queen a4 check. And you don't have knight c6 when you need it. That's interesting. So I could take on f6 there. It's still kind of lame though. You know, I don't think that's a big deal. Totally playable though. But in normal Vienna variation, are you supposed to play h6? Because I don't think so. I have massive experience playing d4. With e4, I'm more like I've always dabbled with e4. I do play it, but the depth of my knowledge with e4 isn't as high as with d4. So, okay, we have half an hour. Thanks everyone for watching. You know, we'd like to get some subscribers. I hate Amazon too, but if someone could subscribe, it would help. Every little bit helps. Yeah, black's playing this kind of strangely. So white is better. Although nothing exciting happening here. I don't want to run into e5, e4 on my bishop on d3, so I'm just going to put it here on e2. But black hasn't really any compensation for the bishop pair. They're playing the Nimzo and the Queen's Gambit declined at the same time. White has a huge advantage. But subtle, but huge. Hugo. Wow. All right. It's awful quiet in here without Astrobate. And I know the average stream on Twitch has 5 viewers. So we're killing it with 15, but this is not a good streaming time for chess. It's morning here in Europe and middle of the night in the USA. Or early morning anyway. Bishop g3, early morning. To me, early morning is like middle of the night. And I hate waking up in the morning. Oh. I'm a night owl. Black is in deep trouble here with no development, and the center looking shaky. It's already 8:30. Jesus. Yeah, it's 2:30. Wow. So this is like time to go to work. What about the general strike, WJ Loof? This general strike thing? It's one of those things that's not going to really fly, or sort of fly. The idea of having a general strike has been floated, but I don't know how many people are actually going to take it seriously. With something like that, it helps if, you know, people actually commit to it. You're out of commission. How much commission do you charge? Dude, the queen is almost trapped. Wow. This is such a good position for white, but we have nothing really concrete yet. C-file. C-file is concrete. Bishop pair is concrete. Better pawn structure is concrete. But we don't have anything like material advantage. A4 is interesting. But again, rook on the 7th, he can hit it with knight d5. I keep wanting to play this move, but I don't know what it really does. But maybe we are so much better that black just cannot avoid losing material soon. Objectively. Something's got to give. You know, it's like a ship that's, you know, it's getting squeezed by the ice. Like the Terror or whatever. It's wedged between some icebergs and it's starting to, you know, and you know it's just a matter of time. Mark Hepton would describe it as creaking. You know, literally, we would use this creaking description. But he's not giving up just yet. How do we finish black off? It's hard to finish him off. So annoying. Rook a5, dropping the c file. Black can get some serious counterplay there. Rook c7 maybe. This is a language he can understand. Material, right? I speak material. Bishop e5 allows knight e7, and I'm forked. Fork you. Bishop e5 is a fork you. Fork University. I've been very tempted to start my own chess school. We've joked about that in the past. But it's a joke that's been used before. Yesterday was Max Lugi's birthday. He had a lot of happy birthday wishes in Russian. Now, I never really realized how. Okay, when you're a kid, let's put it this way. When I was a chess prodigy, or I was never a prodigy, but when I was a teenager and I was getting into chess and getting pretty good, I never realized like how young some of the top players were in the States, like Joel Benjamin and Lugi. These guys, they're both around the same age, I think. They're only 6 years older than me. I'm not sure if Joel's exactly the same age as Lugi. He might even be like a year younger or a year old. I'm not sure. But it's weird when you're young. My point is, it's weird when you're young how much different the relative age difference seems to be less than it does when you're older, or more than when you're older. So 6 years difference when you're like 17 seems like they're like fucking 30. If you ever want to do it in Belgrade, please. If you ever want to do that, do it in Belgrade, please. Do what? Do what? Chess school? What are we talking about? You know, I have been to Belgrade once, but it was in 2000. It was a long time ago. I think it was 2001. 2000 or 2001. I'm going to be in Serbia, you know, in the World Senior Championship next year. Is being held in Serbia. Well, you never know for sure, but that's the announced place. They could change it. So anyway, Dlugi's birthday. When I was younger, I would have assumed Dlugi was like. I would have just assumed he was already like a grandmaster and like U.S. champion. When I was like 16, I'm in like high school, and you figure this guy is like a 30-year-old or something. He's only 6 years older than me. Dlugi was a weird case. He was born in Moscow and in 1966 and immigrated to the United States in 77 when he was 11. And that wasn't common in those days, you know, for people to immigrate from Russia in the 70s. Like Shamkovich did it. We had a few, Kudrin, Shamkovich, but it wasn't easy to get out of Russia. Igor Ivanov. But I never would have imagined that Dlugi was only 6 years older than me. I was surprised at the World Senior when I met him last, you know, to see his actual age. So close to mine, you know, only 6 years. Okay, guys. Anyway, just random Max Dlugi birthday news. All right. He birthed Hans together with Elon Musk. Literally Hans' mom and dad. Well, I imagine Serbia was maybe more common. Much easier to get to Serbia than the United States, I would imagine, from Russia in the 70s, but it's not as far. Closer relationship, Yugoslavia and the Soviet Union. Also a lot of Hungarians. Lilienthal had a Russian wife, I think. I think Lilienthal had like dual citizenship. It would have been cool to interview him while he was still alive. What a legend. Lilienthal was alive like until what, 2015 or something? You imagine that? He was like almost 100. Played in like Soviet championships and stuff. Unbelievable. He was a Jew, of course, and a lot of people might not even realize he was Hungarian, but of course he was. Draw offer, well, thanks. No, I'll pass on that. I'm going to pass on the draw offer. Very generous of you. Always nice to get a draw offer in the morning when you're down a piece and 3 pawns or something. Oh, I thought it was mate. My bad. Grinding GM, a very respectful opponent. A respectable opponent. It's stalemate. Oh no. Oh no. Draw. Draw. Alright. What do we got? Time for one more game. One more game. Schumacher is here. Double Serbians. We have double Serbians. This is awesome. Our first ever, like, double Serbians. So, Mad NPC, Schumacher, Mad NPC. Both Serbian academics. It's not enough to be an academic, you have to be a Serbian too. I had a friend, actually, not a close friend, but a guy I knew who lives in Boston for years and years and years and years and years and years. He lived in Boston for like, I don't know how long, from Belgrade, and then moved back. This guy Bojan Pomarasac. And I met him when I was in Belgrade. He's probably dead now. I mean, I don't know. He was quite a bit older. He would probably be like 75. Who knows? You know, he might still be alive, but I haven't seen him that was 25 years ago. And he wasn't young, you know. He was like 50 at that time. He's probably 75 now. So I forgot when I was in Belgrade, I visited him. I have another friend from Boston who's married to a Serbian woman from Belgrade. She was a chess player, but she became a nuclear physicist. And she was working for like a nuclear plant in actually a controversial one in Massachusetts near Boston for years. So we have some Serbian connections, not too many. Vesna. She's very connected, though, with the Serbians, because her family's really into chess. Like, she has a cousin, Darko, who plays still. I think he's still alive. He's like a FIDE master. She's also related to Milanovic, I think. Not more controversial than Chernobyl. What's controversial now? Schumacher, I think, isn't on the chat. I'm only talking to Mad NPC. What's happening here? 11 players. Why are we getting less viewers instead of more? Less is the new more. We're dropping like a rock. What's more controversial? Not more controversial. What's controversial? Old school Bishop G5 is Amish. This was a favorite of my New Hampshire chess school. Nashua, the School of Chess in Nashua, we called it. The New Hampshire School of Chess. We had our own little private chess club of just masters who used to hang out and play Blitz. And we would meet at my friend's house and have these like 24-hour like chess sessions and do things like just party and smoke weed. Rook E8 though, yes. See, now we talked about this recently. Someone actually mentioned the idea of Queen A5, which I've never been a fan of. You know, I think it's overrated. You have the trick here, don't you? No. You don't have any tricks here. Okay. This particular move order you're employing here is very unusual. Why is my chat like dropped? There's no chat anymore. I have challenges, but I can't play anymore after this. I have to go. 2 of them are repeats anyway. All right. Bishop B5. Bishop B5. Knight takes E4. I'm sorry. Is Bishop B5 even a good move? Not certain. Probably not. And what does it do? I mean, you just play Bishop D7 and you don't care, you know. There is a weird line. Bishop e5, bishop d7, bishop f6, bishop b5, bishop g7. I didn't know what was going on there. That might actually be good for me. Bishop e5, bishop d7, bishop f6, bishop e5, bishop g7, king g7. And some crazy shit like, you know, trying to attack his king. If I castle, you have b5 now, but you don't. Oh, I'm so sorry. So sorry about that. You don't have b5. Bogachog. Hi, good. Thanks for letting me know the chat works. Boga is interesting. Bog is like a Slavic thing. Bogalyabov. I know another poker dealer whose family name is like Bogo. I think it was probably shortened from the Slavic. What does it mean in like Slavic? Bog. Bogdan. Okay. So Bogdan, for example. Lover of God. Ishtanem. Bogodan. We have another friend from Romania, Bogdan Dan. He's a real card. Funny guy. Okay, Bogdan Dan. He would go around like collecting receipts from everyone so that he could report them on his like club taxes or something. He had like an obsession with it. B4 is always a good idea. Though in this particular position, I'm not sure. Tempting, though, to play b4. Maybe I should prepare it. Better to prepare it. But how? Good question. I don't know. Let's not prepare it. Now things are going to get hot and heavy around here. Can I trap your queen? Oh, shit. Sorry about your queen. Pawn takes pawn, queen takes bishop, rook b1. How bad can it be? I also have, no knight takes b5. This is all the influence of my friends from the National School of Chess here. What's the famous author of the what's that book? The famous Ukrainian author? Not Bulgakov. Yeah, that's different. That's Bulg. This is Bogakov. Bogachog. Oh no. The Arthur Bisgeier tactic applies here. Brah. I keep trying to reconstruct how it happened against Bisgeier, but I had a game where I had bishop h6. This is like the first example, really like clean example of that working. You have bishop h6. It was a King's Indian 4 pawns attack against Bisgeier in like 1991. I had this game with him where I was black, and it worked, you know. Bishop h6 works here. He pins my bishop to my queen. If I take on c5, he takes my queen on d2. And now he's attacking my knight on c3. It's a defense. It really works. This doesn't work. I mean, it might work in some way, but not really. Not enough. You are down a piece. For the moment, anyway. He has some tricks yet. S6 is looking kind of weak. We have a lot of options here. Options trader. How do you defend f6? My god, man. I don't really want to trade queens. Oh shit, I hung my rook. Just kidding. I hung my rook. Oh no. What, you don't want it? Why not? Come on, it's a free rook. Bogolyubov. Nikolai Bogolyubov. There's a Nikolai. Are you serious? There was a Nikolai. No way. I didn't know that. Things you learn every day. He was a great physicist. Yeah, that's like the story I told you about Novikov. Where I thought he was like a famous professor. He's like, no, I'm a travel agent in Brooklyn. It's not quite the same. It's just, yeah, no. Travel agent in Brooklyn doesn't cut it. Ridiculous. I guess I should have taken the free knight. I'll take the free knight for 500, Bob. This is unbelievable. Wow. Oh my god. Bishop h8. Too fancy. Oh no. He's doing another comeback. Comebacker. Kumquat. I'm gonna fuck this up. I'm gonna try to fuck this up. I mean, I already am trying to fuck it up. Pretty unbelievable, but I can do anything if I set my mind to it. I was a little sloppy here, but I'm not the only one. Maybe I sack a piece. There's a novel idea. Wow. You have a check? Didn't want it. Why don't I take on f5? Anyway, last game, guys, I gotta go. It's always Schumacher. He waits for the last game. Last game kind of guy. His king's looking a little shaky. I think he missed some really good chances. Black might have even been winning at some point with h6. I'm not sure. I was totally lost control of this. Mathematical tool. Wow. Diagonalize Hamiltonians. That's some serious physics there. I'm into diagonalizing too. Hamiltonians. Now that's getting awfully political. Nefidov would be offended. I don't think we could talk about that here. Hamiltonian is just way too political. You're getting out of line now. It's still no mate. No freaking mate. There's no mate, no way. How do I mate here? My God. No mate. I'm telling you, there's no mate. There's no freaking way. That's almost mate. Almost mate doesn't count. Oh, he resigned. All right, guys. Thanks for the games. Don't forget to subscribe. Love you too. Bye-bye. See you Sunday. Sunday Simul. Thanks for following, guys. Big Kill Switch. R. Murdia. Grind to GM. Sunday Simul. 7 p.m.